Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. In this video, I'm going to start using my Bolex H16 to start doing some test setups and testing Gore effects for my new experimental horror film, SIJ, It's All About Choice. So, we've got a 250cc rectal syringe right here. And I've got it set up to some tubing, and for one particular shot of Gore effect, I've got the tube running up through the hairline, secured by an office clip, and there's the tubing up top by my pencil eraser. I'm going to show you some more close-ups of this and what's going on and what lens to use on the Bolex. Alright, so let's get started on this. What I've done down here at the base of the mannequin head that I'm going to be using just essentially for the hairline shots is I've put tape around here and I've taped off to the side the tubing. That way the head will sit flat and with minimal support by any extra tape or anything like that from the head to the table. Alright, so this tubing is off to the side like that. And I've got that tape wrapped, of course, all the way around. One thing I do want to point out with this Industar lens, I prefer Russian lenses, as many of you know who frequent my channel, and it's generally to fit a non-reflex lens onto a reflex Bolex. It needs to be 135 millimeter and above, or 40 millimeter and below, in order for it to get a viewable image. However, that is a little bit different with the Russian lenses, such as the Industar. Here I have the Industar 61, 52 millimeter, 2.8, and I do get a viewable image, and it's extreme close-up with the adapters. M39 ring to M42 adapter to C-mount. Alright, if you want extreme close-ups, this lens is going to get it for you with lots of great bokeh and extreme flare. Alright? So you're wondering, how can I attach a vintage 35mm to a Bolex H16 Rex? Well, what I do is I take an M39 ring adapter to the mount here. I've got it set up right here. Here's the ring, the M39 adapter to an M42 adapter to the C-mount. So I've got these on here, and this will really magnify it. You're going to get an extreme close-up shot, and that's exactly what I want for this testing of the red stuff effect on this mannequin head. Alright, so let's take a good look at that. Okay, so here's the setup so far. I just want to show you the back of the mannequin head. I've got it set up right here. You can adjust this with the office clip that's down here any which way you like to pin it to the hair, and adjust the tubing up and down. Alright, and of course the plexiglass I have in front of the lens, in front of the Bolex, is to prevent the blood, the fake blood and the water that we're going to use first for testing from getting onto the camera. Also going to put a trash bag on my Bolex. Okay, let me go ahead and fill this syringe up with water. I like to test everything first with water. That way I can find out where the blood splatter is going to be on the wall, on the prop, on the actor, stuff like that. Alright, so do it there, and I'll hook it up right here, and then I'm going to work this water, pump it slowly. I'm going to work it up through the tubing all the way up to the mannequin head, so it'll be ready. Okay, we're going to test it. The area is going to be right up here by my pencil eraser. I want to see the splatter. So here we go. Yep, looking good. Now let's try it with the red stuff. And for those of you who wondering what the towel is for, here's one of the reasons. Alright. Okay, I'm just using some strawberry food coloring. Keep a lot of this stocked up. And I've got my syringe set and ready to go right here. And one thing you want to do is when you're making blood that's going to spurt out at the top like this, you need blood that's going to flow. So it needs to be more liquidy and less corn syrup. Alright? Otherwise it's not going to flow out of your, whatever you're doing, using your syringe and so forth. So we're going to look up top there, and here we go. It looks good. I like it. When we get the thicker stuff in there, it'll look even better. Now let's take a look at the shot. It's actually going to be in there. I wanted to show you guys the actual shot with the Endostar lens I'm using. This is what it's going to look like with the blood coming out off to the back right there. This is how close with the adapters, M39 to M42 to C-mount adapters, is the shot's going to be. And I'll be doing several different shots. Okay, so this is essentially the setup right here. When I would start filming, I'll be using Oro film. Not using any film at this time, simply because the film I want is not available until 2022 from Oro. So it's a beautiful film. I'm waiting on that, as it's well worth the wait. For those of you who want to also check out the scene I'm talking about, you're familiar with the older Bolex viewfinder right there. It's going to be, that shot is going to look like that as well. Okay? So that's why I'm using this particular viewfinder as a director's finder. And that's it. Alright, if you're going to be using black and white film, you can use chocolate syrup. Whichever one you do. For flowing blood, remember, use more water, or straight water like I did. And also making sure it's really red, that way it flows out to the top. Blood that's on the body needs to be thicker with the corn syrup. Contact me at Bolex Repair Philippines for service, parts, and questions. The same at bolexrepairphilippines@gmail.com. Do click subscribe down there, and visit Morbid Team Entertainment FB page for experimental gory horror films. We're going to start very soon. Alright, until next time, see ya!